Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive where we'll be cracking open some exciting research on eggs and brain health.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff.
It really is. We're talking about the possibility that something as simple as adding a few eggs to your diet could actually help keep your brain sharp as you age.
And I think what's particularly intriguing is that this research challenges some of those long-held beliefs
Yeah.
about eggs, the whole cholesterol thing.
Exactly. For years, people have been avoiding eggs because they were worried about the cholesterol being bad for their brains. But this 2024 study from the University of California, San Diego, published in the journal Nutrients, suggests that might not be the case.
Yeah, it really turns that idea on its head.
It does. And the cool thing is, this study is part of the Rancho Bernardo study, which has been tracking the health of adults in Southern California for decades.
Right, so we're not talking about a small short-term study here. This is long-term in-depth research.
Exactly, which gives the findings a lot more weight. And
They followed 890 people, age 55 and older, for 4 years. They tracked how many eggs people ate using food questionnaires and also gave them cognitive tests to measure their brain function.
And one of the things they found was that women who ate more eggs actually showed better verbal fluency.
And verbal fluency, that might sound a little technical, but it's something we use every day.
Oh, absolutely.
It's that ability to recall words quickly and easily.
Like if you're trying to explain something or tell a story.
Exactly. Or even just follow a conversation.
Right, and that can become more challenging as we age.
It can. So maintaining that verbal fluency is really important for staying sharp mentally.
So it's not just about winning word games, it's about maintaining those connections and that mental agility.
Precisely. And here's what's really interesting. Even though eggs contain cholesterol, this study found no negative effects on brain function.
For men or women.
Nope for either.
That's pretty amazing. So it seems like the benefits might actually outweigh any concerns about the cholesterol.
That's what the research suggests, and it's likely because eggs are packed with so many brain-boosting nutrients.
Like what kinds of nutrients are we talking about?
Well, you've got choline, which is crucial for memory and how our brain cells communicate.
Oh, okay.
Then there's lutein and zeaxanthin, which are powerful antioxidants that protect the brain from aging.
So they're like little bodyguards for your brain cells.
Exactly. And of course, you've got protein and amino acids, the building blocks for healthy brain cells.
It's like a whole team of brain-boosting superheroes all packed into one little egg.
I like that analogy. And the study even suggests there might be a sweet spot for egg consumption somewhere around 2 to 4 eggs per week.
Especially for women.
It seems so, yeah.
Interesting. But what about people who are still hesitant to eat more eggs because of those cholesterol concerns?
That's understandable, but it's important to remember that this research, along with a growing body of evidence, is challenging those outdated views.
So you're saying we don't need to avoid eggs based on fear?
Exactly.
That's great news because, let's be honest, eggs are delicious and they're so versatile.
They are. You can have them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks.
And speaking of things that are good for you, I have to mention Orium's Fit. They're all about helping people improve their well-being, which fits perfectly with what we're talking about today.
They are. They're known for their commitment to quality and innovation.
Absolutely. In fact, they were named Best Product of the Year for 2 years, running both 2024 and 2025 by productreview.com.al, a leading authority on product reviews in Australia.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is. They clearly go above and beyond to create products that make a difference. But back to our main course, the study and its implications for listeners like you. This research shows that eggs are not just a breakfast staple. They could be an easy and affordable way to support your brain health as you age.
And if you're interested in taking a deeper dive into the research itself, I highly recommend checking out the Orium's Fit Research Digest blog.
Oh, yeah, I love their blog.
They break down complex scientific studies into easy-to-understand language, making the science accessible to everyone.
Exactly, and they even provide links to the original research papers if you want to see the data firsthand.
So you can really go down the rabbit hole if you want to.
Now, that's what I call a true deep dive. But before we get lost in the details, what are your initial thoughts on all of this?
Honestly, what intrigues me most is that something as simple and accessible as adding a few eggs to your diet each week could potentially have such a significant impact on brain health.
Right. It makes you wonder what other everyday habits we might be overlooking that could also help keep our brains in tip-top shape. We'll get into some of those ideas later, but for now, let's jump into part 2 of our deep dive, where we'll delve deeper into the specifics of this study and uncover more about the potential of eggs to boost brain health. Stay with us.
Welcome back to our deep dive into eggs and brain health. As promised, we're going to dig a little deeper into the specifics of the University of California, San Diego study.
Yeah, one of the things that really stood out to me in the last part was how they were able to actually measure brain function.
Right, like how do you quantify something as complex as brain function?
Exactly. I'm curious to hear more about how they did that and what those results really mean for us.
Well, one of the key areas they focused on was verbal fluency. Remember, we talked about that.
Oh, yeah, that ability to recall words quickly.
Exactly. So they used a specific test where participants had to name as many words as they could, starting with a specific letter, all within a set time frame.
Okay, so like, if you had to name as many animals as possible that start with the letter B.
That's the idea. It's a real test of how quickly your brain can search through its mental filing cabinet and retrieve information.
And what did they find?
Well, the women who reported eating more eggs, they consistently performed better on this test. Even 4 years later, they were able to come up with more words, showing a higher level of verbal fluency.
Wow, so it's like giving your brain a workout with every omelet?
I like that. It's like a mental gym for your brain.
But what about other aspects of brain health? Did the study look at anything beyond verbal fluency?
Well, this particular study focused mainly on verbal fluency, but other research suggests that the nutrients in eggs can benefit a wider range of cognitive functions.
Like what, for example?
Well, for instance, choline is crucial for memory formation.
Oh, okay.
And studies have shown that a higher choline intake can lead to better memory performance.
So it's not just about being quick on your feet with words, it's also about remembering where you put your keys or that important appointment.
Exactly. And then you've got those powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin.
Yeah, the brain's little bodyguard.
Precisely. They protect brain cells from damage caused by free radicals, which can really wreak havoc as we age.
It's like having a built-in defense system for your brain.
Exactly. And it seems like the more we learn about eggs, the more we realize how much they pack into that little shell.
It's amazing, right?
It all boils down to this incredible combination of nutrients working together. It's not just one magic ingredient, but a symphony of brain-boosting compounds all playing their part.
I love that analogy. So we've talked about the benefits, but is there a limit? Is there a point where eating too many eggs could actually backfire?
That's a great question. And, as with most things in life, moderation is key.
Okay, so no need to start cracking a dozen eggs every morning.
No, I wouldn't recommend that. While this specific study didn't look at the effects of eating a very large number of eggs, other research suggests that it's best not to go overboard.
Makes sense. But speaking of good advice, I have to bring on the Orion's Fit Research Digest again. It's such a valuable resource for anyone who wants to stay up to date on the latest research, but doesn't have the time to read through all those complicated scientific
Oh,
papers.
I totally agree. It's like they do all the heavy lifting for you.
They break it down into everyday language, which I think we can both appreciate.
Absolutely. And they always provide links to the original research so you can dig deeper if you're interested. It's a fantastic way to empower yourself with knowledge and make more informed decisions about your health.
Well said. And speaking of empowerment, I have a fun fact about Orium's Fit. Did you know their neck theater product, which uses innovative 8D audio technology, has gone viral?
Really, I hadn't heard that. Tell me more.
Well, apparently the hashtag neck theater has racked up over 17 million views on TikTok and Instagram.
Wow, 17 million views.
It seems like people are really embracing this new way of experiencing audio.
That's amazing. It really speaks to the power of innovation and how technology can enhance our well-being.
For sure. But let's circle back to our main course, eggs, and their impact on brain health. What else can you tell us about the study that might be relevant to our listeners?
One thing that stands out to me is that the study found no negative effects of egg consumption on brain function in either men or women. This really challenges that long-held belief that the cholesterol in eggs is harmful to brain health.
You know, I remember you mentioned that earlier, and it was kind of an aha moment for me. It seems like that old adage about eggs being bad for your brain is just a myth.
It does seem that way based on this study and other recent research. It highlights the importance of staying informed about the latest scientific discoveries and being willing to update our beliefs about nutrition as new evidence emerges.
So true. What we thought we knew about food and health is constantly evolving.
It is. And that's what makes it so fascinating.
Right. So where do we go from here? Should everyone listening be rushing out to buy a dozen eggs?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a call to action to start eating eggs for every meal, but the findings certainly suggest that including them in your diet in moderation could be a beneficial step towards supporting cognitive health as you age.
Especially for women, it seems like.
Yes, the study did indicate that women seem to experience greater cognitive benefits from egg consumption.
Interesting. And let's not forget, they're readily available, affordable, and incredibly versatile. You can scramble them, poach them, bake them, or even just eat them boiled. There's an egg recipe out there for everyone.
Exactly. And they're a great source of protein, which can help you feel fuller for longer and even stabilize blood sugar levels. It's a win-win for both your brain and your body.
So what's the bottom line for our listeners today?
I'd say the key takeaway is this. The evidence suggests that eggs in moderation can be a valuable part of a brain-healthy diet. And while this study focused on folks 55 and older, there's no reason to think younger people wouldn't also benefit from including eggs in their meals.
Absolutely. It's never too early to start thinking about brain health.
Right.
But, as always, if you have any specific dietary concerns or questions, it's best to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian to figure out what's best for you.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to share a little-known fact about Orion's Fit that I think you'll find inspiring. Did you know that the company was actually born out of a personal passion for helping people achieve optimal well-being?
Really, tell me more. I love hearing those kinds of
Well,
stories.
the founder of Orion's Fit personally experienced the transformative power of EMS technology and was inspired to make it accessible to a wider audience.
That's incredible. It's always heartwarming to hear about companies that are driven by a genuine desire to help others.
It is, and that commitment to well-being is evident in everything they do, from their innovative products to their dedication to sharing evidence-based information through their Research Digest blog. It's clear that they're not just in it for profit, they're truly invested in making a positive impact on people's lives.
I love that. Okay, well, on that inspiring note, let's take a short break before diving into the final part of our excellent exploration. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're here for the final part of our exploration into eggs and brain health. You know what's really stuck with me from the last two parts is how much this research challenges the old ideas about eggs and cholesterol.
It really does. It seems like every few years we're learning something new about nutrition.
Right, and those old assumptions we had about certain foods, well, they might not hold up anymore.
Exactly. So it's important to stay curious and open to new discoveries. And I think Orion's Fit does a great job of helping people do just that.
Oh, absolutely. Their Research Digest blog is fantastic for keeping up with the latest findings.
Yeah, they make it so easy to understand, even for people who aren't scientists.
And they don't just tell you what the research says, they give you the links to the original studies, too.
So you can really dive in and see the data for yourself.
It's all about empowering people to make informed decisions about their health.
Exactly. And it's not just about the blog either. Orion's Fit is really committed to innovation in all aspects of their business.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're always coming up with new and exciting ways to support well-being.
Like their EMS devices, a massage gun.
And who could forget that viral neck theater we talked about earlier?
It's clear they're not just following trends, they're setting them.
They are. But okay, let's bring it back to our main topic, eggs and brain health. What are some of the key takeaways you hope our listeners will remember from this deep dive?
Well, I think the biggest one is that we can put that myth about eggs being harmful to brain health to rest. The evidence just doesn't support it.
And in fact, this study and others suggest that eggs can actually have a positive impact on cognitive function, especially as we age.
Right, it's not just about living longer, it's about living better.
Exactly. Maintaining that mental sharpness and cognitive vitality is crucial for enjoying life to the fullest.
And the best part is that it doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. Adding a few eggs to your diet each week can be a simple and delicious way to support your brain health.
They're packed with those essential nutrients like choline, lutein, zeaxanthin, and protein.
It's like a brain-boosting cocktail all in one little package.
And let's not forget how versatile they are. You can enjoy them in so many different ways.
Scrambled, poached, bake omelets, frittatas. The possibilities are endless.
They truly are. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I have one final thought for our listeners. If something as simple as adding a few eggs to our diets can have such a positive impact on our brain health, what other everyday habits could we be overlooking?
Well, that's a great question. It really makes you think.
Right. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we managing stress effectively? Are we challenging our brains with new experiences?
It's about taking a holistic approach to well-being, recognizing that our physical, mental, and emotional health are all interconnected.
Exactly. So I encourage everyone listening to take a moment and reflect on your own daily habits.
What small changes can you make today to support your brain health both now and in the future?
It might be something as simple as adding an extra egg to your breakfast, or as significant as starting a new mindfulness practice.
The key is to make those brain-boosting choices a part of your daily routine.
Well said. And remember, knowledge is power, so keep learning, keep exploring, and keep those brains buzzing. Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Deep Dive. It's been a pleasure cracking open this topic with you, and we hope you learned something new along the way.
We did too.
Until next time, stay curious and keep those brains sharp.
See you later. GC18.